Despite having served 20 years in the Navy, I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. Whereas in the Navy, there's a manual for every possible problem on board, learning how to run a business for me was just a series of trial and errors. So it was definitely one of those eureka moments when I found out that Canadian Forces was partnering with SIFE and the CYBF to offer an entrepreneur boot camp for military members who may be transitioning or getting ready to transition out of the military. I was actually very impressed to find that the Canadian Forces was showing this kind of dedication to its members, with SIFE, the CYBF, and Princess Charities as a whole coming with such incredible reputations and credentials. It's just good to know that the CF is really investing in our futures by being a part of this. They say that the Canadian Forces is just a microcosm of our society, so in that regard there must be a good percentage of Canadian Forces members who really have that drive and desire to be an entrepreneur. This boot camp is just an incredible opportunity for those members like me to learn from some really great teachers and mentors about getting our business dreams off the ground. I think that meeting Prince Charles in Gagetown was really the icing on the cake for this whole experience. I've just been so excited about every aspect of this program that having the chance to meet Prince Charles and say thank you in person just made this all the more special, and it was really something I won't forget.
In St. John, New Brunswick, the Royal Highnesses viewed some of the buildings responsible for the city winning the Prince of Wales Prize for Municipal Heritage Leadership in 2002. The Prince firmly believes that restoring our historic places into active and relevant community assets is not only possible, it's the most sustainable approach to regeneration. By honoring the municipalities that share this commitment, His Royal Highness hopes to further encourage communities to see their heritage as a vital part of their cultural and economic prosperity.
Started this process of seeing and believing in the UK over 20 years ago because I got so frustrated in trying to get the message through to people.
That to truly see the transformation of our city and to unleash the best version of itself, we must overcome the divisions that keep us apart and work together in unified community.
I suddenly thought, why don't we actually try and see if we can encourage business leaders to come from behind their desks and visit some of these areas where the most challenging circumstances were.
We know that across the street that the average household incomes in Regent Park are about half of what they are in the rest of the city. We know that since the recession of 2008-2009, that nearly 1 in 4 youth without a high school diploma can't find work, and those that do report that their earnings are significantly below those with a high school diploma.
I know through the work of my Prince's Trust with young people just what you can do to turn people's lives around by building self-confidence and self-esteem. And it's not rocket science, but so many people don't have that. The moment they achieve that, through the kind of personal development opportunities that can be provided, different programs and so on, suddenly the opportunities are there for them to develop their potential skills and talents.
Learning Through the Arts is a Canadian success story that uses music, drama, and visual art to teach core subjects such as math and science. Princess Charities Canada is bringing the program to the UK, where it will be delivered in schools by the Princess Foundation for Children in the Arts. The LTTA program incorporates ongoing professional development of teachers, professional development of artists, writing of lesson plans, curriculum development, in-class delivery, and continuous assessment. The Prince wants his charities to learn from and inspire each other. Bringing LTTA to the UK is a prime example of sharing Canadian best practices within the Prince's global network of organizations.